In this video, we're going to show you one of our powered clamping hydraulic units lifting some soft plastic drums. This is an L-ring plastic drum. It's a very smooth-sided, slippery drum, and because it's plastic, it's also quite soft. What this means when we use a hydraulic clamping head is that if we over-clamp it, so if we squeeze too hard, we're going to deform the drum, and in some applications you may want to reuse the drum, and therefore we want to keep it as round as possible. On this clamping head, we have our INS02 attachments, and these are the two vertical supports, and there's two gates or doors at the front. What this allows us to do is when we come to clamp the drum, we can squeeze it with less pressure, so we can gently squeeze it, and then the supports here are going to grip under the lip of the drum, so as we lift, we're going to be taking some weight beneath the rim. We also have the top support which goes over the top, so when we invert the drum cannot escape the gripping mechanism. And these gates or doors on the front, as we rotate the drum into the horizontal, if there is any weight or any movement, the belly of the drum is going to sit against these gates. So what we'll do now, we'll grab this drum and tip some liquid into our vessel. When the drum's full, the drum is a bit stronger because the liquid inside is pushing out to the edge of the drum. This drum is about half full of water, so this is sort of a worst case scenario where the drum's quite soft because there's not much material inside. And as we empty it, and it's fully empty, it'll be even softer. So come to our machine. With the setup we have here, we need to lift the head over the drum. So I'm going to lift up. I'll bring the unit forward and lower it down over the drum. These supports here are adjustable in height, so if we've got a shorter drum we can move these down or we can move them up if the drum's taller. I've got them set at the right height for this drum. It's important our clamping pad is in the middle of the drum, and then this hook should be under the lip here. So now because it's a soft drum, I'm going to clamp, but I'm not going to clamp to full pressure like normal. What I'm going to do, I'm going to clamp to about 20 bar on our gauge here. We can clamp in pulses. The system uses a constant tension system, so when we press clamp, the arms will continue to move in and they squeeze the drum at a continuous set pressure. So at the moment I've got about 15, I'm going to top it up a little bit. So there's about 20, 21 bar of pressure. I'm happy the pads are contacting the drum either side, I can see they're indenting. I'm just going to lift slightly and inspect the drum. So I've lifted it up off the floor. I'm just checking that these toggles are under the lip. That looks good. I'm checking we're in the middle of the drum. So that looks good to me. I'm going to lift up further. Bring it towards our vessel. Begin to rotate. You can see that in this position, if the drum had a heavier contents in, like a resin or something denser, the top supports are there to prevent the drum sliding forwards should the grip of the pads not be enough. So that's why we have those top supports both under the lip of the drum and hooked over the top of the drum. Once he's emptied it, we'll bring it back over. Lower it down. So we're reading 20 bar on our gauge. We'll then unclamp, so we use 2 hands to unclamp. Lift up. Move the unit away and lower down. We'll now have a look at the drum. So as we're hydraulically clamping it, we've got a very slight indentation there, just on the side. The front, again, a slight indentation where it's touching against the gates there. This drum would be in a very good condition to use again. So this drum's not permanently damaged, and we could use it again for another load or another set of material.